skyrocketed since its release back in December. Did it happen in December?
January.
January. So, I mean, you were with us in December. We're waiting. So it's made you a very busy man since then.
Yeah,
it's breaking records all over the place.
Yeah, it's doing something I had never imagined. It's one of those rare films that sort of encompasses everything, the critical acclaim, the commercial success, the love of the audience. And it seems to me, the way audiences have reacted to the film, that it's one of those films for the ages, you know. It's one that will be remembered, because those are the films you really want to be a part of.
Yeah.
You know, films come and films go, but the ones that really matter are the ones that are remembered after years. You know, you can watch it 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line, and still appreciate it. With the films that have that timeless quality, you know, those are the ones that you want most in your filmography. I'm very proud to say Padmavat is seeming to me like it's going to be one of those.
And many congratulations to you on that. But to tie the Bollywood thing in with the football, I mean, if you had to play any footballer in the world in a Bollywood movie, which one would it be?
I don't know. I don't know. Any suggestions? Anyone? Yeah?
Who do you say? Who do you say?
Sunil Chhetri, Robin Singh, I don't know.
Well, if there was a Premier League player that you could emulate. You mentioned Henry. Would you want to play Henry?
I don't have the height to play Vieira. I don't have the looks to play Ljungberg.
He's got the hair for Ljungberg, to be honest. the energy he's got, yeah.
I think I pulled off Alauddin Khilji. So maybe I could be Vidic. What do you think?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, that's good.
Just a badass. Just like, come at me, bro. Come at me.
And if you talk about you being a big Premier League fan, and I know this time last year during the Movement Conference we had Abhishek come in, and obviously he's a big fan of the Premier League. Do you ever watch games with other members of the Bollywood fraternity? Is there a bit of banter between you guys or not?
There is banter, yes, there is banter for sure. Banter is one of my favorite things. I'm a big trash talker. And sometimes even in a formal sort of engagement, now and then, I'm not able to control my verbal diarrhea, so yeah, I'm a big trash talker. But yeah, Abhishek's a big Chelsea fan. Yeah. Arjun Kapoor is a big Chelsea fan. And we go back and forth, bantering with each other.
So what's going to happen on Sunday? With the League Cup final?
I'm biting my nails, you know. Honestly, sometimes I feel like I can't even watch, you know. And I keep telling myself till the last minute, I can't watch. I'm not going to watch. And I'm watching, and I'm heartbroken. And like you said, I usually like to watch alone, unless I'm assured that the people that I'm watching with are the people I want to watch with, and not a single extra person. Yeah. Otherwise, that viewing thing is an immersive engagement for me. So I prefer to watch alone, unless it's the 3 or 4 people who I know are on the same page. Yeah. Because when I can't go to bars and pubs personally, because when people jabber stuff, like I want to get into a fight. So I'd rather, you know, so I just rather watch Shanti Se alone and implode rather than explode. Yeah. Which I think again is going to happen on Sunday.
Actually, I've seen there's been a story about Rio Ferdinand getting into a hoodie to stand in the away end at a game to watch Manchester United play and not to get grief from all the other supporters around him. Would you ever do something like that?
I mean, Rio's proper thug life, you know. So, maybe, I don't know. It's a bit scary. It's a bit scary.
Yeah. It's a bit more comfortable.
If you're Rio Ferdinand, you have the confidence to do it.
Yeah. Well, he played along with Vidic, to be honest. So he's no shy at all. Listen, stay on here, because you're going to be part of our next panel discussion.
All right.
But that's a great way to warm us up for the panel discussion, because it's all about fan engagement.
Super.
And you've spoken about fans, and you've been on the receiving end, and now how the tide has turned for you with the Patrick Vieira incident. Put your hands together, please, for Ranveer Singh.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
fan bases in India, you can see there are two different countries. One where he comes from, which is Goa, Bengal, Northeast, Kerala.
Yeah.
And then there's rest of India. The part that I come from, and you will understand where the fan engagement process starts for us, is at the end of the first year of ISL, once the season was over. First year was very hurried. We never got time to engage with fans. At the end of the first year, we got onto social media. We saw who are the fans who are writing to us. And we had a call out for all the fans to come, and we did a fan meet, bringing all our key players for the fan meet. We are expecting a few thousand to come.
Right.
There were 21 people who walked in.
21?
21. And that's where we sat. And we said, what's the next step? Where do we go from here? And we started a slogan, which is everyone 21. We said, each one of us, let's try to get 21 more guys to come. And that's where the Orange Army, which is now the militant fan group, official fan group, which is there. And now we have a few thousands. We fill up the stadiums with 8,000, 10,000. But it's been a journey which started from there, very unlike Akshay. So I'll leave it to him to explain how it's been in Goa. But for us, it's a very challenging journey from there. But I'm very happy in 2.5 years. We have created a very, very loyal fan base. We travel to various places. There's away travels. And things are improving from there.
So may I?
Hello? You're a moderator.
How is Arjun Kapoor working out?
Arjun is doing pretty well. So
I think he's doing very well. I've seen all his expressions in his social media posts. Yeah, just like that.
Yes.
Just like that.
Isn't that too good?
I love it.
Thankfully,
He brings a
we are
great
giving
energy.
an opportunity to do it because we're winning some games.
Yeah, he's bringing good energy. Yeah? I mean, honestly, if I may say so, from my point of view, ever since he's associated, there's a great energy around Pune.
Yes. And it helps because he's himself a football fan like you. So it helps in terms of engaging with the fans. So yeah, it's working out well.
Akshay?
So we bought in to FC Goa about 1.5 years ago, at a time when FC Goa was going through quite a tumultuous stage. They weren't sure about whether they were going to continue. There was question about their ownership, and that's what we sort of came into. And I think that's where I learned sort of my first lesson about fan engagement. I come from a marketing background, so I thought fan engagement was, your traditional engagement, and we measure engagement. But I think my first lesson was that engagement is emotional, and purely emotional, because when we came in, initially we were resented. We weren't from there. We came into something, and we had to learn to kind of channel that resentment, because we had to take ownership and realize, look, this is their passion. This is their engagement. Even though they aren't happy about this change and us coming on board, we have to take this and realize that we have to be grateful for the fact that they care enough to not like us, and sort of work from there. And I mean, having a marketing background, our social media engagement numbers were through the roof. But true engagement really comes in, like we saw that beginning of this year, when the product is good, which is the team is playing well, they appreciate what's happening on the pitch, and you're doing something for the youth of Goa and the grassroots and stuff, and that's what really sort of turned it around for us, I think.
But wouldn't the bottom line just be success on the pitch means a bigger fan base? Or is that far too simple?
I spend a lot of time in understanding a fan and his psychology, because we had to do it. We had to build it from scratch. There was one of the trips when I went to Premier League, and we were meeting a lot of clubs, and we asked them, how do you define a fan? Where does the process start? And a number of times it was when he comes for the first time to the stadium or buys the first season ticket. A lot of time those answers came, and I was left wondering that we will have to think about our own formula, our own framework to look at it, because even the Man United fans or Arsenal fans in India don't fall under the fan definition there, because they would never be going there. So I started personally doing a lot of research work on forming our own model, our own framework. And if I take a couple of minutes to tell you where it comes from.
Yeah, by all means.
So there's organization behaviorist called David McClelland, who talks about the need of a human being. He did his work about 20 years after the Maslow, and he came out with the 3 important needs that a person has: the need for power, the need for affiliation, and the need for achievement. The NAC, the N affiliation, and N power. And we figured out that fans actually need this, and we started creating a framework in Pune City, which is to create a platform where they engage. So affiliation, they all come together, they go for away matches, they experience things together, they chant together. The second one was for the need for power. So it's a proximity to power. We laid down an access to them to approach us in the club. For that matter, every week, I talk to the fans at least 3 to 4 times through social media. And this is for 2.5 years now. So we have been doing it on a weekly basis with them. A proximity to us, and the most important is what you asked about winning, which is a sense of achievement, a need for achievement. And that comes from winning. And we laid down our youth teams. We started participating. We lifted the IFA Shield, which is Joy was talking about, the one which in 1911 Mohan Bagan beat. It's the same shield. Our youth teams went and won that. We're doing much better now, and obviously it helps to win. But there's much more emotional connect.
Tim,